Hello, and welcome back to Iron Butterfly Podcast. My name is Megan Jaffer.
And I'm Katie Hopkins, and we'll be your hosts.
We created Iron Butterfly Podcast in honor of Eloise Page, the original Iron Butterfly. And on this very special season, we are going inside our first documentary feature film titled The Power We Hold: Stories from Women Spies. This film features 10 of the most powerful women you've never heard of, and this season, we'll get up close and personal with each of them. We hope you find their stories as powerful as we do.
Okay, and then, so we finish that Texas trip. Then we come back to DC and we do our first shoot with Laura.
Yes.
In DC, which
was such a cool shoot.
Tons of fun. We also, I don't know why this memory just popped into my head, but we had this like dream of filming with her on the tidal basin, or not on the tidal basin,
Yes.
on the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah.
And we go there and it's completely drained the day of the shoot.
So we had planned, we got there, we were like, it's gonna be amazing. She's gonna walk along.
Yeah, and we were like, she's gonna look at herself in the reflection. And it's gonna be like all hazy.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna go
and
along the reflection pool and she's gonna walk down and you're gonna see her reflection. We had this whole like planned out. We got there.
Drained.
Empty. And we were like,
cement on the bottom with algae.
WTF. So what we ended up doing was finding one of those small little ponds.
Well, you called.
Well, first we had to do something while we were there, right?
Yeah.
And so we did we do that first? Or did we come back?
We came back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I called one of my closest friends, Jessica King. She literally, I think within days, like
it was.
It was like a day or two.
Yeah, her furniture wasn't even in the house.
She had just moved into her house in Alexandria, within days. And I called her and I was like, so I know you have a beautiful garden and I'm wondering if we could bring our whole crew and tape this documentary because we have nowhere else to tape it.
I know.
And she's like, okay. She could not have been more generous. So she welcomed us with open arms. We were able to use her beautiful townhome in Alexandria to film in her garden, which is like a secret garden. It looks like a secret garden.
It does.
And we just couldn't be more thankful for that.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And then we went back to the National Mall and we found this, I don't know what that pond is called,
but it's like
pond.
A yeah.
But it was perfect because it's kind of also nondescript.
Yeah.
And there's like benches around and there were no people and a storm was
rolling in. So we had to like hurry up. Like you see these dark clouds and we're like, oh my God, can anything go right?
I know. Basically in every shot that we did outside, it was borderline raining, which in hindsight,
pro tip.
We learned that that's a good thing.
It's a good thing
for the lighting because the sun doesn't move and like it looks like it's all basically one take, even if you're out there for like 4 hours. But that meant that we were battling rain like every single time we did a shoot.
All the time.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Idaho.
Yes.
So we had decided from the beginning, like from the, before I think we even did the studio shoot, that we wanted to have a shot with all of them together because some of them had, they're different generations of women in the film, but some of them had worked together throughout their careers. Some of them had worked, like underneath them and had moved along like with them underneath them. And we just wanted to see what that would be like, like what kind of discussions they could have about growing together, working together, being women together at different times in history. And so we always knew we were going to do this. And Katie was like, I'm finding a place.
I was very determined.
And she found this beautiful house in Idaho Falls, right? And it had this gorgeous view, which we will talk about in a second. And it'll relate back to the rain. And we get there. And so we were able to get, there were still women working in government at the time. And so some of them couldn't take off. So I think we had 8, right? 8 of the 10 who were able to attend. And we curated this weekend with them together where we had everything was taken care of. We got the house, and we had two friends, now we call them friends, come and not only cook for us, but we had like a sommelier come and bring wine. And would you like to say a little bit about them, Kevin and Kenny?
Yeah, they were literally the best. They completely donated their time.
Yep.
So we paid for the wine and the food, and that was it. I think actually they donated a lot of wine too.
Yeah.
Like they donated a lot. They were so generous. And yeah, Kenny was the chef, and he was giving me all kinds of cooking tips, and he was just the nicest man, like so relaxed. The women loved him. Kevin was like always on it with the pours. Like there was not a single empty glass in that house the entire weekend, which I think helped us in a couple ways at a couple scenes. But they like, I think what I loved about it is they really embraced the experience. Like it was really special to them, I think, to be included. Like I think, because we operate in this community, we sometimes overlook how special and amazing it is that we were able to create an environment like that. Like who doesn't want us to like hang out in a cabin in the woods in Idaho with 8 of the most badass women literally in the world.
Yeah.
And they got to hear all the conversations and like all the things that didn't make it in the movie, where we had to say, hey, let's turn the cameras off so we can have a real conversation about this. And they completely embraced it.
But they also, I think, made it warm and inviting.
Yeah, they did.
They were the ones who made it warm and inviting for us. So a shout out to both of them.
Yes,
they're fantastic.
Love you.
So
then,
so we get there a day or two before, because we needed to set up, right? Like, so us and the crew get there. We need to figure out where we're shooting and like which angles and get the room set up and all of this. It is gorgeous outside. It's sunny, clear views for days. We have this beautiful cabin that has this huge picture window that overlooks the Tetons. And one of the days, Katie and I decide to go. I mean, did you go with us when we went on that hike? So we go on this hike, and swear on my life, it was a butterfly hike. Butterflies flying all around us, literally everywhere. It was like swarms of butterflies. Yeah. And we're like, oh my God, we're going to have the women do this hike. This is serendipitous. La, 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 la. And then the next day, they were all flying in. And believe it or not, it was raining. Could not see a mountain if it was right in front of you. No views, no hikes with butterflies.
It was pretty bleak.
But again, to go back to what you said, it actually was ideal for the filming because we could the lighting stayed the same longer. So we were lucky there. Okay, go ahead.
And the first time that the sun came out, that entire shoot was when all the women were talking on the couch together.
Yep.
And when the sun started to come out, a rainbow popped up behind them.
And no one's going to believe us. And we're trying to, because we had so much footage of that thing and it came and went, right? But it was the most vivid rainbow you've ever seen. And we're going to try to make sure that our color
it's visible in the shot.
Yeah, that it's visible, because you wouldn't even, you're going to think we AI'd it or something, right? Like, but swear we can show you the original footage.
Yeah, no, but I think like that was so special, because it was almost just like, it felt like a culmination in a lot of ways. Like I think in many ways that's kind of a culmination of the film. And to just like every time we had filmed, it was rainy. Every time we had filmed, it was rainy. We were running from storms. We were like,
cold. It was
wrestling.
Cold.
It was freezing
in so
cold.
many places.
And it was just so cool that at that moment when all these women are just sharing what one another meant to them, that this rainbow came out. Like I just thought that was the coolest symbol.
And some of these women had never spent this much time in for us, it was work, right? But for them, it was kind of a personal capacity because they had a lot of downtime, right? Like they were only filming like a couple hours during that weekend each, right? So they had a lot of time just to relax, and some of them had never even had a girls' weekend ever in their life. And that was just so special.
Yeah,
it was really, really special. And then we have to add on. We have to end on the fun part.
Oh,
I'm looking at Amanda because she was with me. So all the women leave except 2. I think Carmen and Dawn. Yeah. Was anyone with you? So we're done filming. Everyone's going home, but Carmen and Dawn have later flights. So that day we decide, the crew and us, we're going to do a couple different activities. We're going to go do what?
Fly fishing.
So Katie takes some of the crew to go fly fishing. And I think, Kenny or Kevin came with you. Well, Amanda and me and Dawn and Carmen were in one car. And the car was a Suburban. That is important to the story. And then in another car was Jake and Joelle. And so the 6 of us decide we're going to go to this waterfall. And there's this hike to a waterfall. It's really pretty. So we go and do that in our separate cars. Yeah. Oh, and that was the time when we get out of the car to go to the butterfly, or not the butterfly, to the waterfall. And I got a butterfly on my finger.
Oh.
And then I passed it to everybody so that they could hold it. It was really cool. So then, we did that and we thought it was fun. And so then Jake's like, we should go, no. There was another, it was like some farm a state park. We should go to the state park and go see it. So we go and it was cool. Like we do it, right? And we're like, okay, let's go home. So I say, I'll lead. So I didn't think that was going to be a problem because I was going to put it in Google Maps. Okay, I'm putting that out there. This was not me free flowing here. I put it in Google Maps to go back to the house. And for the record, Amanda is saying.
For the record, I said, I think we're going the wrong way.
So we start driving.
Wow.
Way
to listen to
While we're driving, Amanda says, I think we're going the wrong way. That's what she said in the background for those who couldn't hear through the mics. So I said, well, we're going through Google Maps. So why can't we just follow it? Right? It's not going to take us to the wrong place. So all of a sudden we turn down a country, and we had been on roads, right? The whole time, roads, paved roads. And all of a sudden we turn down this road and it's a gravel country road. And I was like, okay, well, maybe this is a shortcut. We're just going to go down this country gravel road to a shortcut. Well, that gravel road turned into what do you call it? A track? Not a track that looked like ATVs were on it. So it turns from a country road to just wheels in dirt. And I was like, okay, well, I'm in a Suburban at this point. And I'm like, I don't even know if we can maneuver. So as we're going down this track of 2, just wheels, what do you call that?
It's just off-roading.
Like an off-road, yeah, like off-roading in a Suburban. And we get to this, all of a sudden, it started it was open we started driving and it was like a field at first. And then I felt like the environment started enclosing in on us. And then then all of a sudden hills started coming up the side of us. And then all of a sudden it got so narrow that we were like, how are we going to get through this? And then we get to a point where it's all mud. And there is a tree that had fallen, and that someone had cut the trunk so that the ATVs could go through. Well, I'm in a Suburban. And I'm like, how are we going to get through this? And then I have some of the women in the back, I won't say who did what, say, you can't stop because then you're going to get stuck. And then Amanda's like, and I'm like, but what am I supposed to do? We're going to get stuck out of the way. And they're like, you can't stop. You just go slow. You keep going. And then I have Amanda.
They're like in Fallujah right now. It's like
Fallujah. 100%. Then Amanda's putting her hand on my shoulder. She's like, you're doing a great job, Megan. You're doing a great job. Just keep going. And then I'm like, what do I do? I see Jake and Joelle. So at one point we have to stop. And so I think I see them get out of their truck. They had a smaller truck. I think that they are coming to help us navigate through this very narrow space. No, they're pulling out their cameras to document what we're going through. So guess who is navigating this? The 4 women who are in the Suburban. So we did scratch the Suburban a little bit, but we got through, and it was very stressful. How long did it take us?
You guys were gone for a long time.
It took us. It was about an hour drive, which was supposed to take us like 30 minutes tops. So anyway, we got back, and I know even from your face right now, you did not experience what we experienced. No. So even hearing it, you don't know the trauma that we feel about that trip.
I think the moral of the story is next time you should just go fishing with me.
We had an adventure.
Or
we listened when Amanda said.
Or we listened to when Amanda says, we're going the wrong way. Okay, back on track.
We finish in Idaho.
Yep.
We then go film again with Tish in Delaware. So we go to Tish's home in Delaware.
Yep.
Which was fun. We got to go on the Dewey Beach
boardwalk,
which was really fun, and walk around and play whack-a-mole and all kinds of fun stuff. We went on the beach for a little while. She had a model that was that actually belongs to her, that of the Osama bin Laden operation that she pulled out, and we did a filming session with that. So we got a lot of really great footage with her, and it was a ton of fun. Her husband John was there as well, and he was drilling us on our business plan and fundraising strategy, and he did not approve of our tact. But hey, here we are.
Here we are. So that was when?
That was in August of 2024.
So a little more than a year ago. So what's happened in the past year? Let's kind of get through this part of it. So basically we were fundraising for the next year to finish it, because what you need to know is you need money, obviously, for production. You need money to make the film, to travel with to wherever you're traveling. You need your cameras, you need rental equipment, you need space if you need the space, all of those things. Plus you're running a company and, all of that stuff. But now we needed money for post-production, which is where I think most of the money goes, because you're basically buying people's time, So what is post-production? Post-production is editing. It is sound engineering. It is color engineering. It is music, so your score, composing. It is archival. Getting an archival producer, highly recommend, and not doing it yourself, because that is a whole nother kit and caboodle. You have to have approved, fair use images, or you have to buy the images or videos that you're using that are not yours, right? That you didn't film yourself. Same, has to do with the music. If you're not having an original score where everything is being made just for your film, you have to purchase that. You have to lease it, right? So all things we had to learn and we had to raise money for. And let me tell you, I am not a fundraiser. And Katie is brilliant at it. I am not. I have learned to do it. And I think I'm pretty tough and fearless now, but it was a process. And we had to think about, there were ebbs and flows with that. Like, we had to try different things. There wasn't just one thing that worked. It wasn't just like, oh, let's do a GoFundMe type of thing online. We did that and we did raise money from that, but then we had to do cold calls and we had to do meetings and we had to do private dinners and we had to do events and you go to people's houses and sit down with them and tell them why this project was important. And so it took a year to do that.
Yeah, it did. I'm like reflecting on this too. Like, I think as a creator, as a filmmaker, as a founder, right? Like, I think there's this romantic idea of what it means to create. And don't get me wrong, like, I love creating. Like, creating for me is like breathing. Like, I need it. I love it. Like, it's essential to my being. But it is not easy. Like, it is not easy. Like, this is Katie's personal view, but like, we do not live in a world that is designed to support creatives in a way that won't monetize immediately.
Yeah.
And it was so important to us that we did this independently, that we didn't accept funding in return for equity or to have somebody else have a stake in the film, because we wanted full editorial control over this film.
Yes.
And there were a lot of things, particularly in the last 12 months, like, we had every reason not to finish this film. Like, we had personal, like, family emergencies. We had major personal medical issues. We had like major health scares. We had like personal events in our lives that we had to navigate in relationships and in family. We had like macro things.
Macro
like,
things.
I mean, I know Megan and I have talked about this before, but in January of this year of 2025, like, when the administration changed and they passed the executive order or signed the executive order to defund all DEI initiatives across the federal government. Like, we received no federal money. We are not a government organization, and we are not even a DEI organization. No. We are a company owned by two women that amplifies women's stories. And we were severely affected by that. Like, severely. Like, I had just left my full-time job because we were in a place where we had raised enough money to pay for our entire operations for a year. And then when that happened, all of our sponsors pulled. And I only say this just to share like a little peek behind the curtain. Like, I think sometimes when I would see people who had created things, it was kind of like, man, that looks so easy for them. Like, it looks so easy.
Yeah.
And like, I am here to say, like, it was not easy. Like, we took joy in every part of the process, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. But we had major obstacles, like major barriers, major adversity. There were many points when Megan and I looked at each other and we just said, like, what are we going to do? Like, can we continue?
And
can we continue?
Not just can we continue monetarily.
Yeah.
But we had a moment where we said, who are we? Who are we? And what do we stand for?
Right.
I mean, we had those types of conversations. Who is Iron Butterfly? Who is Megan and Katie? What do we stand for? What are we going to speak for? And can we continue? And will our team want to continue with us if this is the way forward? Luckily, they
said yes.
Said yes. But yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's really important to like foot stomp this. Like, we have just told a story about how to make a documentary that literally started over 10 years ago. Yeah. Like, the groundwork was laid for this over 10 years ago. And I think this is actually really important because, you know, Megan and I didn't just like create content and push it out into the ether, right? I actually think the reason why we started with AWIC and why that's so important to highlight that this started with a community is because it is the community that has gotten us through this process.
Yeah.
Like Megan and I always say this film is community property, and we genuinely mean that in every sense of the word. Like that $200,000 came from our community. Yeah. Like the encouragement, the support, the like championing us every step of the way came from our community. Yeah. Like if we did not have that, we would have hamstrung ourselves in a way that would have made it really difficult for us to succeed. So I don't know if there's like any advice in there other than just like, if you want to create something, just start anywhere. Like start anywhere. It can be small. It can be a meetup group. It can be a meeting with 30 women in a living room. Like those are the seeds that can grow and into these like really beautiful things. Yep. But you have to have patience. Like I have perseverance. Like I feel like I was always trying to check my urgency of like, I really want to get this done. I really want to get this done. And at a certain point, I think I had to realize for myself, like we're on the universe's timeline. Like we are, like we're going to do the work. We're going to put in the work. But whenever this happens is when the universe wants it to happen. Yeah. And I think the way that this has unfolded, that is certainly the case because it's coming to a head. Like it is blooming at the exact moment, I think, when people need it most.
So when people hear this, it will be done 100%, like rubber stamped, packaged up, right? But where we are right now is the film is done, meaning there's no more edits. You know, so we did raise enough money to finish it. I'll just say that, you know, we were able to do that. We had been, while we were raising, we had started editing and we were starting to create this film. At a certain point in that process, we showed it to a couple of focus groups, all different demographics across the world, to tell us what they thought. And we wanted to hear, you know, we wanted to see what the consensus was and where it was hitting and where it wasn't. So when we made our final edits, we could do that. So we did that. And then we finished the editing part. You would think that was done. And I mean, it wasn't. So then it goes to all the post-production houses. So we already talked about the color, the sound, all of that stuff. So it is currently with all of those folks. They, for people who don't know, they work together. Even if they don't know each other, we are lucky that we have a team of post-production houses that are that have worked together. And so it's like this perfect dance where color is working at the same time as sound, and then the composer is finishing their stuff. And I forgot to even mention our motion graphics, who does the intros and the credits.
Yeah, and the animation.
Animation meaning like, you know, your logo, not like animation when you think about cartoons, but like animation, like the logo and how that comes in, the intro sequence. Yeah. So, you know, they're all doing this perfect dance. And then we get a semi-final look, you and I, where we go in and they show it to us and say, okay, what are your thoughts? How do you feel about the warmth of the color? And how do you feel about the sound here? You know, is it too loud or too soft or whatever? And we have our opinions and any edits, and then they wrap it up.
Yep.
And so simultaneously with all the production houses having that and them doing their work, we are submitting to film festivals. So you can submit to film festivals with an 80% done project. And so by the time you all hear this, we'll have submitted to quite a few, but our first one was really exciting. Because it was our first one, and we submitted to the Berlin Film Festival, and we made fun of it. You know, fun meaning like we got excited and we giggled, and when we pushed the button together, we were like, woohoo!
Yeah. And this one, it's really important because Berlinale is really known for politically, socially, culturally engaged films, right? About like sometimes provocative topics, right? And like women in intelligence is certainly that. As many of the themes that we touch on in the documentary. So we have really high hopes for that one. Obviously, we're like totally reaching for the stars as first-time filmmakers.
We're getting in.
But Megan is convinced that we're getting
manifesting, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. So we're excited about that. There's a couple others we're applying to. We'll be applying to Tribeca next week. What are a couple other ones on our list?
I mean, there's LA Docs, and
LA
then
Docs,
there's South by Southwest, and
Sheffield,
Toronto.
Yeah, I mean,
Hot
Docs.
Yeah, there's lots of them out there.
Yeah,
and we hope you. If you're listening to this and there is a film festival in your city, look and see if we're there. We'd love to see you. Come up to us and tell us you listen to Iron Butterfly Podcast. It would be like our absolute joy.
Yeah.
And so what's the plan for next year? People have, literally now, not only people that are not in the film business, but definitely the people in the film business. Number one question is, what's your distribution strategy?
I know. It's so true. It's so true. So Megan and I did a ton of research on this. We talked to a bunch of people in the industry and had a lot of conversations. And there's sort of like a few different routes you can go for distribution. One, you can go straight to a platform, like a Netflix or an Apple TV or whatever. One, you can do the film festival route. And one, you can kind of do like a grassroots, community-based screenings, almost like going on tour.
Yeah.
And so what we decided is we didn't want to go straight to streamers because we really believe that no one will market this film like we will market this film. And so we didn't want to go straight to a streamer because it's kind of like flash in the pan.
Yeah.
And what we really wanted to do was build community around the film and like help. What we have the benefit of is a lot of documentarians don't have this. Like we already have a media platform. Like we already have our podcast. And there's kind of a space that we can point people back to where they can continue to engage with some of these ideas. So what we decided to do is go the film festival route as first-time filmmakers. That was really important to us to kind of have that experience. And then in parallel with that, in all of the cities that we end up traveling to go to the film festivals, we plan to engage the women leaders in those areas in sort of a salon-style community venue.
Through our foundation.
Through our 501c3 foundation to really have conversations with them about the core themes in the film, like what it really means to be a powerful woman in America today, like how we share power as women, how we can bring some of those themes back to our own communities and in our own lives and live authentically, but also like really support and love one another.
Yeah.
And so that is the part that I think both of us are really excited about is like engaging partners, engaging with women, meeting people where they are. Like we've kind of been living in our own world, like living in this intelligence community world and living in this documentary and like we're engrossed with this every day.
We want to spread our wings.
Yeah, we want to spread our wings and we want to meet people where they are and like
create a butterfly effect.
Create a butterfly effect.
I'm using all of the keywords.
Yeah, you are.
I couldn't have said it better. We are so excited about next year. I just realized we'd be remiss if we didn't say our post-production team, we have 3 Emmy Award winning people. Our executive producer, Farhana, is
beyond words.
Beyond words. Love is the one word I would use for her. And she has come on as executive producer. We're so excited. Robbie and Joey are our color guys doing our color and have been really fun to work with. We have Cheryl who's doing our sound and she's like so badass.
Yeah, fun fact. We went and walked into her office for the first time. So actually really fun story about Cheryl. I met her through 501c3 in DC called Women in Film and Video. Shout out to Melissa, the executive director, who's been a huge support to us.
Yes.
And my first Women in Film event that I went to was a holiday party that was in January. And I met Cheryl there. and basically didn't talk to anyone else for the entire night. We just totally hit it off. I was amazed. She built her own company. She's like built her own brand, and and so we went into her office for the first time. And she was like taking us into her surround sound studio, and we're like passing all of these like Emmy awards and trophies and stuff on the wall as we're walking in, and we're like, oh my God, we're never going to be able to afford her. And
she wanted to be a part of it.
She wanted to be a part of it. Yeah.
So do you want to talk about our motion graphics person, our composers?
Yeah, let's just do it really quick.
We forgot to talk about our movie poster too.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, so where should I start? Our composer is Lenny Williams, who's also an Emmy Award winner. He has his own company, and he's been composing for like 30 plus years. What was really special about Lenny is that he wanted to work with his daughter, who's a student. She's currently in music school, I believe, on composing an original score for us. Megan met them initially, and she was like, I am 100% sold. Like, we have to work with them.
And Samantha.
And
Sam.
Yeah. His daughter, she's been sending us some initial cues, and we already love it.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. Our motion graphics artist is Mel Devon. She came from the recommendation of Melissa from WIF. And she also has her own business. Like, she's been doing this for several years. She's relatively young, but we met her and instantly, like, it just totally clicked.
Yeah.
We sent her the film to review, and when she came on, she had just like the most beautiful exposition of what it meant to her and like how she synthesized it, like given her own life experience and her family origins and everything. And that really meant a lot to us. Then do you want to talk about poster and archival?
Sure. So the same experience happened with Todd. And so we interviewed Todd and Mel at the same time, and we couldn't pick. So we were like, we're using both of them.
Yeah.
And we'll see if they'll, like, one will do one and one will do the other. And he said yes. And he also watched it and shared with us just how much it meant to him and what he felt. And, you know, he has such a cool idea for the poster. We're really excited about it. So then we have archival, Amy, and we interviewed a few women who we all liked too. And it was so hard to pick from all these people. And, you know, she just understood what we were needing. And, you know, we had, temporary archival footage placed in the movie initially, and we kind of showed her, you know, this is kind of roughly what we're looking for, and she was able to find all the stuff we needed. We're so thankful for her. So I just wanted to pause and say that because the whole team, it's everybody who's making this happen. And finally, we have to mention our team. I know we've, this has been a two-parter. We're getting the rap sign. But we have to mention, we've mentioned Amanda, could not do it without her. We have Sarah Scully, who is the host of Women in the Arena, our second podcast, Army veteran. We have Carrie Drake, who has come on and revolutionized our marketing game. I'm going to put Alex and Amy together because they came together. We had met them as students at one of our live recordings, and they ended up joining the team, and we just are obsessed with them. And then we have Mitty, who is our director of finance, and is the most positive person. If you're ever down in the dumps, you just need to get in front of her, and she will tell you why every day is a good day. And then we've already talked about Mark. And he's the best. Oh, Bob.
We actually completely forgot about that. But
Bob. So Bob is our other lawyer. Yes, we have two. And he has helped us because we did have to get some submit the transcripts to the agencies that these women worked for. And Bob has helped us do that, and he has been great to work with and also very positive. So Bob, thank you. Bob Ettinger, former CIA attorney.
Yeah. And then Suzanne, we've already mentioned.
Suzanne,
who we literally
chairwoman
of
the foundation,
without, and Jenny, who is our director of operations
and
for the foundation.
The Monarchs. Monarchs, if you guys don't know, is our Iron Butterfly Media Advisory Board. Every single one of you, love you, you know who you are. And then our advisory board for the foundation also could not done this without you. And so I know a lot of you have asked for this. I was hesitant to do it. But a lot of you had asked for us to kind of lay it all out. And of course, I know Katie has said it over and over, but also thank you to everyone in our community, every single one, all of our friends, all of the people that we interacted with, all the people who gave us donations to make this. And we're so excited for you to see it.
Yeah, definitely. Next year is going to be a big year for Iron Butterfly. So we are excited.
So stay tuned, and we'll talk next time. Stay fierce.
Thank you for listening to a special episode of Iron Butterfly Podcast, which ventures inside the world of our documentary, The Power We Hold, Stories from Women Spies. We might be coming to a film festival near you. To follow along on our journey, follow us on YouTube or Instagram, or visit our website at www.ironbutterflymedia.com. And if you like the show, please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Stay fierce, and we'll talk next time.